apology or compensation to spy agent Butterfly after her charges in the 100 billion Pula theft case were quashed. Some Botswana call for harsher sentences for serial rapists as cases escalate. And Mozambique expects the toll to rise as search for flood survivors continues. Good evening and welcome to our 7 p.m. news. It's a great pleasure to have your company. My name is Kweketso Khotla. Government say it will not apologize or compensate Wilhelmina Maswabi, a spy agent known as Butterfly, who was once labeled Botswana's most dangerous criminal in the 100 billion Pula theft case. Criminal charges were, however, dismissed and she was discharged, with the High Court ruling that the case was fabricated.
South African businesswoman Bridget Motsepe was wrongly implicated in the case, and the new administration of President Duma Boko has since apologized to her. Maswabi has been in negotiations for substantial compensation for her ordeal, which included years of public humiliation and wrongful prosecution. But the Assistant Minister of Communications and Innovation, Sean Ntaile, told the Ndloyako Dikgosi that Maswabi will not be compensated, as the court did not find that state institutions acted unlawfully towards her, nor did it award any damages arising from her claim.
First, Ms. Maswabi will not be compensated, as the court did not find that the state or its institutions acted unlawfully towards her, nor did it award any damages arising from her claim. Secondly, with regard to her interdiction and the impact it may have had on her professional development, the court did not find that the actions taken were improper or unlawful. In the absence of such a finding, government has no basis upon which to revisit or remedy decisions that were taken within the investigative and administrative processes applicable at the time. Thirdly, while government issued an apology in respect of Ambassador Motsepe, it is important to emphasize that each matter must be considered on its own facts and circumstances. In Ms. Maswabi's case, the court made no finding of wrongdoing by the state or its agencies, and accordingly there is no basis for an apology or retraction. Government remains mindful of the personal and professional impact that prolonged legal and investigative processes can have on individuals. At the same time, government is bound to act within the framework of the law and to respect the outcomes of court processes where matters have been fully and fairly adjudicated. Where wrongs are established, government will act appropriately, and where courts have pronounced themselves, government will equally respect and uphold those decisions.
At the House of Chiefs, Khosi Kama IV challenged the government over unfulfilled promises regarding the financial turnaround of key state-owned enterprises, including Air Botswana and Botswana Railways. During Khosi deliberations, Kama recalled a statement by President Boko, who had pronounced that the two state companies will be profitable by the end of 2025. The former president said those assurances have not materialized and wondered whether the president was misled.
Tautona onari na waga sukhoa are Botswana Railways Ltd will be profitable by the end of the year 2025, and he said I maintain that intransigently. Those were his words. ka Setswana na re ngwaga e ya go hela e Botswana ta tisa dipoelo e ta tsamaya sente a ba re I declare and I decree ka Botswana Railways gape o na bua gore ngwaga gore kra 2025 ga e hela Botswana Railways e ta bereka sente diterena di ta tsamaya ka botsweriri go bua Taotona go tana le dipoelo I declare and I decree jaanong gore Taotona a bua yalo in public a bolela Batswana ke tsa gore le tswa go molela lona o tona le your officials in the ministry. So what went wrong? Was the president misled in order for him to have misinformed the nation? And therefore, finally, when do you expect these two entities will be profitable? It was not achieved, like we were told by the president, by the end of 2025. Thank you.
Honorable Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. With every goal or aspirations, there is an actions that lead to, or that might lead or should lead to that, to achieving that goal. So when that pronouncement was made, it was made on the information or on the fact that, for example, Botswana Railways, all the domestic, all the clientele that could actually help Botswana Railways to be above the green line were local. You know, the challenge was and is still the manpower. So the strategy was laid out. As you are aware, there's been change of leadership from executive levels to the boards and all that, all in an effort to actually have this declaration materialize. But unfortunately, as human nature will take its course, we end up finding ourselves here. But we still maintain that Air Botswana and Botswana Railways are one of the key factors that could actually transform this country. The other issue was, when should we expect these entities to perform better? BR, for example, as I had mentioned earlier, according to the strategy, they believe that they will break even in March this year.
In the wake of an outbreak of foot and mouth disease, Kaka Farmers Association reaffirmed its commitment to supporting national efforts to combat the spread of the animal disease. The outbreak poses a serious threat to livestock production, rural livelihoods, and the broader agricultural ecosystem. The Organization of Cattle Breeders has pledged 30,000 pula towards the national response to the outbreak.
Kaka Farmers Association has pledged a starting minimum contribution of 30,000 pula towards the national foot and mouth disease response. Whilst this is just the initial contribution, the association emphasizes that this pledge does not mark the end of our efforts. Kaka Farmers Association will continue to actively engage and encourage its member farmers and all other farmers everywhere else to make additional financial contributions. All funds received will be consolidated through the association in support of the coordinated national intervention measures. The association believes that collective action by farmers, institutions and stakeholders is critical in protecting Botswana's livestock sector and safeguarding food security and economic stability. Kaka Farmers Association remains fully committed to playing its part and calls upon all stakeholders to unite in the fight against foot and mouth disease.
Some members of the public have expressed serious concern at the rising cases of rape, with data showing that some of the perpetrators are often serial rapists. They say sexual offenders who continue to commit similar offenses, even after serving time at correctional centers, should be given the sentence of life, as they are a threat to society.
Nna batho ba seemo se se ntseng yalo especially bone di-rapist ka no ba bua ka motho e le gore ha siamela setšhaba ke tsa ke re nna go ka nna hela ba tshwanetse gore ha ile gore ba na le tshono gore ba le go dikgolegelong ha motho a setsa a boelela a isiwe gongwe life imprisonment ka gore motho o ntse a le wa ba le diphatsa mo bathong ba se siamela gore o ka nna out there in the society.
Ona go ba batho mo toronkong nna go nga government ke go ikosta wa bona gape go bola motho is not a good thing. Ba ma hatsa mangwe mo gata ba re ka dirwe tsa batho. I was thinking yela gore government ya la motho a sa la pitso government a mo rekise madi a tla boelela hatse. Ke ra ke ka nya ya mele gala madi a bo a tsena mo letlole la government. Wa le gore government a tse madi a bo a mme mo toronkong a motle.
And still to come in this bulletin, Mozambique expects death toll to rise as search for flood survivors continues. Stay with us for more news.
The
nice thing in ranking he's now ranked 75 in the world. That's something that's unheard of.
That's amazing.
That's so we need safeguarding or safeguarding measures
and there's a marabona stop by Manchester United by Samajalo by Betsa Arsenal. I got no thing.
Finally, like our menu is back. I don't know for how long, but what they are saying right now is menu is back. For how long? But I determine our go period.
This program is proudly brought to you by Betway. YTV is licensed under the Botswana Communications Regulatory Authority, BOCRA. Under the license conditions and code of conduct, we are committed to broadcasting news that is accurate, comment that is fair, and programming that does not amount to hate speech or the description of gratuitous violence or explicit sex. If you think YTV is not adhering to this code, please send your complaints to the program's manager at YTV PO Box 1607 Gaborone or call 395-7654. You may write to Bokra at Private Bag 00495 Gaborone or call 395-7755.
You've seen nothing yet. This Big Brother Naija Season 10. It's 10 times the drama, 10 times the rivalry, and 10 times the game. This is certified. No zero, no minus. Big Brother Naija Season 10. Showing 24/7 on DSTV 198. Gold sponsor, Guinness.
I am here today, sitting on the red hot seat.
Who's your celebrity crush?
Social media can be both empowering and cruel.
I had terrible posture before Ms. Bolton.
Oh, how do I do this? I'm never conflicted in my writings, right?
I really can't say. What have you learned about love?
Are you seeing someone?
So you guys are trying to expose me. Be ready, what is city?
Welcome back. Taking a look at stories from around the world. After weeks of deadly flooding in Mozambique, many left homeless have found refuge in makeshift camps, including a newborn named after Rosita Salvedo, whose mother gave birth to her in a tree during flooding in 2000, becoming a symbol of resilience in a disaster that killed 800 people. Salvador sadly died this month after a long illness at the age of 25.
After weeks of deadly flooding in Mozambique, many left homeless have found refuge in makeshift camps, including a newborn named after Rosita Salvador, whose mother gave birth to her in a tree during flooding in 2000. This little girl was born on a school desk. The water started to rise and it began to flood. They took me to the hospital and there was a nurse there. I started to feel pain in my stomach. It was a Sunday. We slept in the flooded hospital standing up until dawn. That's when they came to take us by boat to the school. At the school, there was also a lot of water, up to our shoulders. Salvador sadly died this month after a long illness at the age of 25. This latest flooding has claimed some 140 lives since the start of October, with around 100,000 people in temporary shelter. Initially, there were 705 people here. Then others were moved to the Shibubutuye Center. Now we have 529 people. Rescuers are continuing to search through thick mud and waterlogged homes in a race to find survivors still unaccounted for after one of the country's worst floods in decades. The waters ripped through critical infrastructure, roads, bridges, power lines and water systems, slowing deliveries and isolating entire communities.
In business news tonight, gold extended its record-breaking rally, blasting past $5,500 per ounce as investors sought safety amid geopolitical and economic strains. Prices broke the $5,000 mark for the first time earlier this week and have continued to zoom higher.
Gold extended its record-breaking rally on Thursday, blasting past $5,500 per ounce. That is, as investors sought safety amid geopolitical and economic strains. The precious metal jumped over 2% by midday in Asia and is up around 27% just this year. Prices broke the $5,000 mark for the first time on Monday and have continued to zoom higher. This is driven by a cocktail of factors, including strong safe haven demand and firm central bank buying. Since gold is priced in dollars, the weaker greenback also makes it cheaper for buyers holding other currencies. Analysts from OCBC said that, quote, rising government debt burdens, geopolitical concerns, and policy unpredictability have accelerated a structural re-rating of gold's role in portfolios. Silver also notched an all-time high Thursday, coming within a whisker of breaching the $120 mark. Prices have been helped by demand from investors looking for cheaper alternatives to gold, along with supply shortages and momentum buying. The white metal has jumped more than 60% so far this year.
Coming up next is the sports update.
ka gale le gape ke bona na motswana go tsotseng ya go ke matlhasedi ya Setswana tsatsi la gompieno re na le Dr. Rablu ke moopedi wa mo Botswana o opela moopelo a re ke na master
go na le gore mo gompieno ga re dumele mo bagologolong gore a mogologolo a gore a re ngwana go ha go rala o bo re ka gore
kicking your year off in all her glory with more, because we got you. You get it? You know that. We got kicks, we got scores, we got action, we got roars. It's my specialty. We got drama, we got fun. We got more for everyone, with an upgrade on us just for you. More channels, more shows, more reasons to stay.
We got you.
DSTV, we got you all the way.
So hypertension is often a silent, secret serpent, if you like, that goes into your system, and without you knowing it, unless you measure it, will cause destruction, which is why always we teach nurses and medical students and health professionals, whenever a patient comes to see you, even for a toothache, measure the blood pressure, because it's an opportunity for us as health professionals to check your blood pressure. We recommend that blood pressure is checked certainly at the age of 18 once a year if your blood pressure is normal, and twice a year.
I swear to you, Nazibo is like the funniest person ever. So the first thing we're going to do is he's just going to warm up. And
we do away with being connected to the source, to the main source. You know, only when you are connected to the source, then you will know what your purpose is. You know what you're supposed to do.
In sports tonight, Orlando Pirates head coach Abdesalam Wadu has pointed out that the upcoming Betway Premiership League games are very crucial as the league is nearing its decisive stage. Pirates are currently in third position on the log with 29 points, and they will lock horns with Magesi FC in a match to be played at Amstel Arena in Soweto.
This league is one of the best and one of the toughest in Africa. I can guarantee you that. Like the captain said, the race is like a marathon actually, and you have to be consistent in every games, every weekend, every game that you are playing. You have to be consistent, and we have a dip. Of course, we have good players. Everybody is important in our team. Everybody will have the momentum to express himself and to help the team. For us, we are focused in every game to win, and at the end of the league, we will count the point and we will see what happened. But I used to say, there is one say in French: don't sell the beer skin before you have killed the beer. So step by step, we are working hard, and at the end of the league, we can speak.
The Champions League match encounters ended with dramatic results yesterday as top teams secured their places in the last 16. The standout moment came in Lisbon, where Benfica's goalkeeper scored a stunning late header, turning disbelief into celebration and sealing qualification for the knockout clashes. Let's now take a look at the highlight of that goal. That's all the sports update for tonight. Let's now recap the headlines. No apology or compensation to spy agent Butterfly after her charges in the 100 billion Pula theft case were quashed. Some Botswana call for harsher sentences for serial rapists as cases escalate. And Mozambique expects death toll to rise as search for flood survivors continues. That's all the news we had for you tonight. Thank you once again for watching YTV. And you can follow us on our Facebook page or get in touch with us on our WhatsApp line 74119-209. From myself and the rest of the YTV News team, have a good night.